Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amatari Veronica from Niger Delta University, Bayelsa State of Nigeria. The topic of my presentation is analytical observation of instructional process in social studies in upper basic schools in Bayelsa State of Nigeria. Introduction. The instructional process involves interactive activities between the teacher and his or her pupils. And within the classroom context, variety of behavioral activities, the verbal and the non-verbal of the teacher and his pupils are exhibited. Teachers' activities identified in this study include writing on the board, explaining, demonstrating with hands, giving examples, assignment, praising, criticizing, among others. The student behavior activities identified are listening, responding to research questions, copying from boards, clapping, silence, among others. Variety of behavioral activities determine the quality and quantity of teacher-pupil interaction. Based on this, an observational tool was developed to observe these activities as they occur in social studies instructional process. This study is premised on Flanders system of interaction analysis developed by Ned Flanders in 1970. Flanders system of interaction analysis is an observational tool used to classify the verbal behavior of teachers and pupils as they interact in the classroom. On this basis, an observational tool tagged classroom interaction sheet was developed in this study to observe the verbal and non-verbal behaviors of teachers and pupils as they interact in the classroom. Methods. 6 research questions guided this study. A sample of 32 teachers, 16 female and 16 male, was randomly selected from public and private primary school in Bayelsa State. Classroom interaction sheet as an instrument of data collection was developed and validated. Iterated reliability of 0.63 was attained. Classroom interaction sheet has 3 behavioral categories. Category A talks about teacher behavior activities, and under teacher behavior activities, 17 activities were listed. Category B talks about student activities, and under student activities, 12 activities were listed. And category C talk about others. Others means other behavioral activities that could affect the teaching learning process negatively. Under this category, we have 7 activities listed. Coding system was used in this study. Coding was done spontaneously for every activity as it occurred for every 10 seconds in a 35 minutes time duration lesson. And this implies that at the end of 35 minutes lesson class, the observer would have clocked 210 activities. Data were analyzed with frequency, percentage, and independent t-test. Results and discussion. Earlier I stated that 6 research questions guided this study. And the first research question asked, what percentage of occurrence for each of the teacher's behavior activities is observed? Result shows that the most occur teachers' activities that are observed are explaining, which has 16%, standing at class front 14%, demonstrating with hand 13%, and the list of core activities are criticizing and justifying authority 0.2%, and giving assignment 0.2%. This results underscore teacher talk in classroom interaction. Research question 2 asked, what percentage of occurrence for each of the people's behavioral activities is observed? Result shows that most occurred students' activities are listening 13%, hand up to respond 13%, responding to questions 12%. The least occurred activities are copying from one another 3%, and looking into notes to supply answer 2%. This finding display the level of people's responsiveness in classroom interaction. Research question 3 asked, what percentage of occurrence for each of the other activities is observed? Result shows that most occurred other activities are noisy environment 37%, and poor classroom management 24%. Noisy environment has always been a challenge in our school system, and this is because most of the schools are sited in the busy areas in Yenagoa metropolis. Research question 4 asked, what is the proportion of teachers' behavioral activities to people's behavioral activities and others in the instructional process in social studies? And the result shows that teachers' behavioral activities has the highest score of 54%, followed by students' activities of 43%, and others 3%. This finding actually supports teachers' dominance in classroom interaction. Research question 5 asked, does gender of the teacher determine teacher-pupil interaction in the instructional process? And the finding to that question is that gender of teacher has no significant effect on classroom interaction at probability level of 0.05. And the last research question asked, does school type determine teacher-pupil interaction in the instructional process? School type does not significantly relate to classroom interaction at the probability level of 0.05. Conclusion. Teacher dominance in classroom interaction is sustained in this study. However, the margin of dominance between the teacher and his or her people has reduced significantly. But there is room for improvements. We are working towards a situation in the learning teaching process where the pupils dominate in classroom interaction and the teacher play that important role of facilitating. Thank you and God bless.